into the online broadcast network, AfterBuzz TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AfterBuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Oh, guys. Music kind of scares me a little bit. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV. I am Tom Connolly, and this is the main event after show. Marquia is not with us tonight, so I'm sitting over here by myself, lounging out, you know, have some room. But sitting across from me, Gabrielle Loren. How you doing, Gabby?
I'm doing great. And on Gabby TV,
yes,
we have Gabby, right? Is that what we?
Or Scobby?
Scobby, that's what it was.
Sitting next to her, Scott Narver. How you doing, Scott?
I'm doing good. This maneuver that Stardust does with his gloves is far less effective when it's just your hands.
We'll have to paint it up during the show.
And the thumbs always look weird.
Yeah. He used to like tug it back, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't this be better?
Amongst itself.
Okay, yeah, we figured it out. Cody. Just do that.
Cody's not around anymore.
I mean, Stardust. Just do that. So, guys, we had a lot of matches tonight. Not many recaps. You know, started off, we had JBL and Michael Cole on commentary. Byron Saxton was off for their
tour, right?
Yeah, the European tour. So it just seemed like there wasn't a lot of people. Like, I'm not sure if, you know, the first match is Stardust versus Jey Uso, but they both came out by themselves. Like, no Goldust, no Jimmy. And I know on SmackDown it's going to be a steel cage match between the Usos and Stardust and Goldust that they announced for on Raw. So I thought it was kind of weird that they both came out alone when we know, like, you know, we know they taped SmackDown that night. So their partner was there.
Maybe they drove separately and they're late.
Maybe Jimmy and Goldust drove together.
Yeah. Ooh, that's
weird.
Bad. Not supposed to do that.
That's weird.
Bill Watts is going to take your pay.
So the match starts off. Stardust goes on the attack before the bell even rings. Starts attacking Jey. Jey gets the upper hand. Hits the flying Uso over the top rope. Cody gets back into control. When they get back in the ring, he hits the springboard.
Are you still debating what you want to call him?
Oh yeah, sorry. I wrote that. Yes, I know. I can never.
Stardust.
I always go back and forth. It doesn't matter. I'll try to say Stardust, but yeah, Stardust hits a springboard, like clothesline off the top rope, stays in control, and he's in control for the majority of the match after that. Then kind of out of nowhere, Jey hits a super kick and quickly rolls him up for the win. So, you know, the Usos get a little bit of an advantage heading into this steel cage match on SmackDown this week. But what do you guys think of the first match of the night?
You can go first.
All right. I liked it. It was a really energetic way to kick off the show. So it really set the pace. It wasn't, you know, we didn't have the problems. They shake up the intro to the show enough a lot of the time that makes it fun. And this was just high-paced action and Stardust being super weird, as he is. And then, you know, losing in a fair way. It wasn't... I think the complaint always could be that I wish it was a little bit longer, but... it was fine. Like, it did what it needed to do and got me excited for the rest of the show. And I thought it was great. So I gave it a 52 little thumbs sticking out of gloves.
Gotcha. Gabby, what do you think?
There was a nice point where Uso threw Stardust over the rope and he flipped backwards. Really nice move there. Also, Stardust has really quick rebounds on a lot of things where he's countering with Jey Uso, and I really liked that. I also thought it was strange that these two guys came out solo because I've always seen them as tag team partners with their significant others. But yeah, so it was a little strange, but they're both really good good wrestlers. So ultimately, it was a good match, but I didn't necessarily like how it ended because I didn't expect Jey to win, to be honest. I thought Stardust was going to take it. It was a little out of the blue. but I mean, he went with it. So it looked like he also Stardust lost a tooth in the process. He was holding his mouth.
Oh, really?
Anybody knows that? He might have been bleeding too.
He may have been.
Yeah,
Can't see with all that makeup on.
I don't know, but I gave it a 3.2. It was still, it was entertaining enough for an opener, I think.
Gotcha. Yeah, I thought it was a good match. It was at least, going along the storyline wise of, the setting up this match for SmackDown, which I thought was good. And I mean, I thought it was good that the Uso Jay got the win, because I feel like out of the Usos, like, Jimmy is the more popular one, I guess, because he's the one that's on Total Divas, so, and that kind of stuff. So Jay kind of, you never really see him in singles matches. It's just kind of like, oh, the Usos,
Yeah.
it's kind of like
They could
interchangeable.
switch.
They could. They did it 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I thought it was good that they got the win, and it gives them a little momentum heading into SmackDown. And I did like the ending, because it did come out, and I wasn't expecting the match to end right there, because normally they do the splash. So I gave it a 2.75 though. I thought it was a good match to start off the night. Then we get to a segment backstage. Tyson Kidd is getting pumped up for his match. He's got his hood up. He's got his headphones on, and we can all see the headphones. But, of course, Natalya can't. And she, tells him, she has his back, and he means everything to her, and she's so proud of him. And then as she kind of, touches him on the shoulder, he turns around, and he's just like, oh, thanks. She's like, good luck with your match. He's like, oh, thanks, and just kind of walks off like, all right, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm glad that she realized at the end, though, that he was wearing the headphones, because I thought they were going to script it to be she had no idea that he didn't hear anything.
Oh, and he was just going to walk off kind of thing. And she was going to be like, why are you walking away from me,
Right,
Tyson?
and just be, act stupid about it again.
Yeah, I see the problem. She's very unobservant. You're gonna say something that deep and kind to your husband? You should look him in the eye for it.
Yeah.
Not only that, but he's unattentive.
Yes, that too. Because he's just listening to his music, whatever he listens. He's like, what do you think he's listening to?
Maybe he's listening to her entrance theme, and it inspires him because she's not around.
Well, she's too busy filming that TV show.
Yeah.
Never home.
I mean, she does walk him out, so who knows? Maybe she really is listening.
Yeah.
Or he is listening to that.
I really want to know what he listens to now.
I'm guessing it's Natalya's
we should tweet at him.
Okay.
And see what he's. See if he writes
get blocked
back.
like Christian?
No, I want what he wants.
He probably heard that whole conversation. He's probably just tuning her out. That's really what happened.
I think I know what it is. Tyson Kidd is listening to all the AfterBuzz recap shows that are available on iTunes and AfterBuzzTV.com.
Exactly, Tyson. I hope you liked the show tonight, because you were in it, so made it even better. So then let's get to the second match of the night. Justin Gabriel comes down to the ring, and I was wondering, I'm like, Justin Gabriel?
No, he was in the ring.
No, he didn't come down. Oh, was he already in the ring?
Yep.
Yeah, they didn't show the entrance.
I just imagined that we got his full entrance.
No. No. Your imagination ran wild.
So he's in the ring. I'm like, who's he? I'm like, he's out first. Who's he going to go against?
Well, it's whoever it is, he loses.
Well,
he has no entrance.
that too. And then out comes the returning, the one, the only, Curtis Axel.
And his beard is slightly longer.
A little bit.
Yeah, repackaging. Very exciting.
Other than that, he looks exactly the same. His hair has not changed. I don't think his hair grew at all since the last time we saw him.
It's a shame when, you have a break like that and you have an opportunity to just change up a little something. Be excited to come back and say, nope.
Yeah. So, this match I thought was pretty quick. There wasn't much going on. It was just, we
could have done without it, is what you're trying to say.
No, not that. It was a decent match. I kind of like what they're doing, at least with Curtis. At least he didn't come back and lose. You know what I mean?
True, because he had an entrance.
Yes, he did have an entrance. But so I thought it was cool. Justin Gabriel hit like a splash onto Curtis Axel that they both fell out of the ring with. I thought it was a cool move. I mean, that's that takes some guts to do, of just being like, I'm just gonna run at you and we're both flying over the top rope, so you better hope we land, all right. And then another move, Justin Gabriel, he got really messed up on this when he was standing on the corner, and Curtis Axel just came over and just pushed him off.
Yes, I wrote that down too.
Yeah, they played a replay, and his shoulder slammed right into the ground when he fell off the top rope. And then it was just kind of back and forth after that. Justin kind of had a little bit of a comeback, and then Curtis Axel hit, I guess this is his new finisher, like a running knee to the face for the win, which I wasn't expecting that to be the finish of the match.
Yeah.
No name for it yet.
He never had a name for his other one anyway.
Yeah.
Remember
we named it, or the Marquis named it the Distracto arm. Well, that was like but that was a
execution.
Oh yes, yeah, because it was like
that's what I called it.
Some like weird front-facing DDT. I don't know. But yeah, so I don't know. It's kind of a hard finisher to sell for, at least Daniel Bryan's like knee to the face looks devastating when he would do it. This just kind of looked like he did it, but it kind of looked like almost like it could have been taken as like a mess up move, like Justin Gabriel was supposed to do something else to him and he just hit him in the face, and that was how it ended.
That's how he won.
Yeah. I don't know, but what did you guys think of the match?
Until you had told me again what had happened, I forgot. It's unfortunate because there was so much that happened in this main event. It doesn't hold a candle to what else happened, I feel. So it's unfortunate placement when this probably would have been better served on SmackDown or something else where, I don't know, there just could be more variety. But with everything else we had on the show, it was forgettable, in my opinion. And it's too bad because both guys are good. Obviously, they're there. So, I don't know. I gave it 13, whatchamacallits.
Gotcha.
Your analogy was really funny, by the way. The candle. I love it. So this match, I agree, nothing special. In the beginning, it looked kind of messy, rolling around on the ground at the start. They just didn't seem like they really knew what they were doing, almost. It seemed as though it was like a high school wrestling match to me, where they have each other, on the ground. They're trying to figure out what position to get them in.
Yeah, prom.
Yeah, it was just super messy. Some people's proms. Let's not talk about mine, because I'm not going to go there.
Oh, boy. Tweak Abby to find out about a prom.
No, mine was probably more kosher than yours. Anyways, so that was a little weird. The point where Gabriel was on the post and he got pushed off, really enjoyed it. And then it just seems like this was a very painful match, and there was a lot of total body impact throughout it, but not necessarily really great technically. So, I actually gave it a higher score than I thought I should have, but I gave it a 3.5. But I'm going to lower it to a 3.2 because maybe I was just excited for TJ's match coming up.
I think you just enjoyed watching Justin Gabriel get thrown out of the ring.
Yeah,
violently.
That's really where that 3.5 came from.
The 0.25 for him getting tossed out of the ring onto his shoulder. I gave it a 2.5. I just thought it was there. You have Curtis Axel, who's been out for a while. He's obviously Ryback isn't happening anymore because Ryback's on his own. You could have done something with him. You have these people. The network is free for the month. You have people that are maybe tuning into Main Event because this is the first week it's free.
Whoa, wait.
Yeah.
Maybe tuning into Main Event?
No, I mean like the newer people.
Yeah, but isn't it getting better, you guys?
Oh yeah, yes, I think Main Event is
right?
way better now than it was when we started. It was just kind of
it's gone
thrown
milestones,
together.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we've got a video package of someone else being repackaged coming up later in the show. So clearly, it's not an idea that's forgotten. So we see another superstar that's getting a new day, so to speak.
Yes, I do have that written. We will talk about that. But yeah, I just thought it was they have Curtis Axel. He has third generation superstar. He has all these monikers that he can go under. Yet they don't take advantage of that, and I don't understand why not. Because has there been? We have The Rock. We have those third generation superstars.
Orton.
But has anyone just come out and been this is just? I'm trying to think of how he could be packaged to take advantage of that more. I really think they should change it. I really, I wouldn't mind if he went by Joe Henning, which is his name. I think it would just make a lot more sense, being that his dad is Mr. We all know who his family is. So,
What about Justin Gabriel, though? We hadn't seen him in a while either.
No, he's been on NXT a lot, actually. He's had some really good matches down there. But they were also talking about Justin Gabriel during this match of, like, I think his dad was a wrestler. They were talking about somebody, I think.
Did they say it like that?
Yeah, no, I'm trying to. Yes.
Like they weren't.
That's exactly how my uncle said it.
Is that the case? Should we ask him? He just got shoved out of the ring?
But apparently, I think his dad used to be a wrestler. Somebody in his family used to be a wrestler.
Oh.
So I thought I was
You
like,
listen to the commentators far more than I do.
I don't know. Sometimes I do, but I just thought it was interesting. Of like, you have these guys that I've never knew. Like, they have never mentioned that ever. I think about Justin Gabriel. So how am I supposed to know about these guys and get behind them and root for them when I'm not really told anything about them? And like a Justin Gabriel, but yeah, Curtis Axel. We know so many things about his family, yet it never really pans out that way for him.
It's very strange.
It's weird. He was handpicked by The Rock to train him when he came back.
Wow.
Like, there's, it's not like they don't trust him. He can wrestle. He's good at it. I don't know.
Maybe he just doesn't put the effort in, like what we're seeing with the NXT group, how a lot of the up-and-comers are working so hard to get onto the main roster. Some of them are doing way better than the people that are already on that roster.
Yeah.
And I think it's because they have that drive and they're hungry, whereas some people that have been on the main roster for a while on WWE, they're just kind of letting it get comfortable.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I wouldn't mind if Curtis Axel went back. Like, Tyson Kidd went back to NXT and now is like, repackaged himself and now is becoming this star. Which I don't. If he came back and just debuted on a Raw, he wouldn't. I don't think he'd be where he is right now.
Right.
So I mean, Curtis Axel, I wouldn't mind seeing him on NXT.
A few people are doing that. Even Ariane did that to get herself a little bit more advanced.
And Titus O'Neil I think he's on this week's, but he was on like the last couple weeks of NXT, and I mean, he's had good matches. He had an awesome match with Sami Zayn, actually, who's coming up next.
Oh.
It was a really good match. If you haven't checked that out, go check out NXT too. So let's get to the next match. We have Tyson Kidd with Natalya against Sami Zayn. They showed a highlight package for Sami Zayn, which I thought was really good. People that aren't familiar, that don't watch NXT, get to know him at least. Somewhat. Get to know a little bit about him. And I thought, that match started off, and I thought it sounded like the announcer said they were saying Sammy is better, but I think they were saying Natty's better than Tyson. I thought they were saying Natty's better. That's what they're saying. Yeah, it was hard.
But this is Sami Zayn's debut on Main Event, correct?
Yeah, because he did the tag team match on Raw. That was before that NXT takeover. But yeah, this is his Main Event debut.
That was exciting. I had no idea that was gonna be a match.
No,
so.
I didn't either. I was like, I figured Tyson Kidd. I thought maybe he was gonna go against Sheamus, but obviously I'd rather him go against Sami Zayn because I thought this match was, really entertaining. Started off with Sami Zayn doing this crazy like arm drag combo to Tyson Kidd. Then later on, like, Tyson Kidd was outside of the ring and he like wanted like a good luck kiss from Natty, and she kind of was like reluctant to give it to him, but then she did. Which I'm like, I get, according to Michael Cole, Natty is so upset with Tyson Kidd, she wouldn't even spend a night in a hotel room with him. I don't know how many. I wish I would have counted how many times I felt like he said that, or I've heard him say that over the last couple weeks.
Well, it's because it hasn't been more than once. Or it has been more than once, I should say.
That she hasn't stayed in a hotel room?
Yes.
Oh, so yeah.
Or even their home, I should say.
So I'm not that caught up on Total Divas yet. So, but yeah. So then Tyson Kidd gets back in control. He hits a cool somersault neck breaker for 2. Then Sami Zayn gets back, hits the Blue Thunder Bomb for 2, which I thought that was gonna be the end of the match. And then they're like exchanging roll-ups back and forth. And then Tyson finally gets him and pulls the tights for the win. So he cheats the win. Natty was excited. Sami Zayn wasn't. He can't win the big one. That's what they say about him. But this wasn't really the big one. But for your main event,
the biggest one.
It would have
so
been.
Far.
Yes. But I don't know. What did you guys think? I think this is the match of the night.
This was cool. This was just flat out cool. Seeing bringing in Sami Zayn for this match to go against a guy that he can really go with. I don't think he's a guy that lacks that ability to go with a lot of guys, but him and Tyson can do everything to each other. They're quick, they're agile. For that Blue Thunder powerbomb that he does, he can do it to Tyson. You know, if he was fighting Titus O'Neil, well, it's questionable.
Yeah.
But just to see the internet blow up, like Twitter was blowing up, you know, meme sites were blowing up. Like everything was just so excited and saying like, now, tune in now. You have to check this out. And in a time where, you know, it's different than, you know, the Monday Night Wars, like with cable, you would do that back then. And I felt like this was something that everyone would do again, that they would hop on the network and immediately watch Main Event for this. And if they released more ratings and stuff like that, I think this would be huge. That this match that they'd see, this got a bunch of people watching.
Yeah.
So I loved it. I gave it 356 flags on tights.
Gotcha. Gabby, what do you think?
This was an amazing match. This should have been Main Event for sure. Glad to see Sami Zayn come up, and it's an awesome pairing that they threw him in with Tyson Kidd. They work extremely well together. I wanted to ask you guys, what's the deal with Sami's pants? There's like Arabic on the butt and like all these flags.
Well, he's Canadian, and then I think he
speaks all these languages.
Yeah, and I think those are all places he's wrestled on his tights. Yeah, I mean he's like been all over the world.
I feel like he may be the next Daniel Bryan in the sense that Daniel Bryan's all about the yes, yes, yes. I'm not going to give up, but, you know, stick with it. And Sami Zayn kind of came out with that package. You know, wrestling's my life. I gave everything up to pursue this career. I wasn't the best son, you know, I wasn't the best brother because I gave my all to wrestling and I wanted to be here one day. So in that respect, I feel like they're kind of giving a prelude to the future. And being that even his pants and his wardrobe are trying to show that he's the all, you know, American, where he's got that whole international vibe to him and he's cultured, right?
Yes, definitely. Very, yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that's where they're going with it. But I do enjoy him. Some things that really pissed me off in this match, Tyson Kidd yelling at the ref, back him up about Sami. Okay, Tyson, get your crap together and work stuff out for yourself. Because he's always asking a ref, Natalia, somebody to help him. And it's like, who's going to be next? Someone in the audience? I don't know. So that was annoying to me. And then when he asked Natty to kiss him, and she was like, I'm not going to kiss you. And then she kissed him. And that was so unnecessary.
Don't you think it's rude that she wouldn't, though? Like, what's the, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's a little rude, but he's a little weird for asking her to kiss him in the middle of a match.
He wanted a good luck kiss.
Yeah, but
it
coming
worked.
from him,
I was
like,
saying I'd want a kiss from my wife.
Yeah, but with their dynamic and the storyline that's going on, he's not the nicest person. So it almost seems like he just bosses her around. You know?
Yeah.
See, Sami Zayn is not the best brother, son, all this stuff because he gave it all to wrestling. But while wrestling was going on, Tyson Kidd wanted a kiss from his wife. So that seems like he's a really good husband to me.
It's a contrast, right? But he's not a great husband. So there was a twist jump and throw, and I don't know what it is, but it was really awesome. Do you guys have any idea what I'm talking
Was it like
about?
at the beginning? Like the arm drags?
Kind of beginning. Like he literally flipped over, but it was like mid-twist diagonal.
Okay, I think it was like the arm drag. I'm guessing it was like the arm drags at the beginning.
Okay, it was so awesome, and I didn't know what to call it, but wow, that really shocked me. When Sami's face bounced off the apron, it looked like it really hurt. A lot of physical stuff here. Tyson even grabbed his neck at one point and jumped off the post. He grabbed Sami's neck.
Yeah, that, like somersault neck breaker.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Was really cool. If you do that wrong, oh my God, you may end up in the hospital. So it was pretty serious. And then, I don't know, I thought Tyson was gonna, wait, Sami won, yeah?
No, Tyson won. Because he grabbed the tights.
Why did I circle that? That's so weird. I thought Tyson was gonna actually win when he jumped off the post into the neck breaker at that point, but he kept going. Sami had great resilience. We get it, though. He did it. He came out of a count out like, what, 3 times? Yeah. It back to back.
Yeah.
So again, you see where the stars are aligning with the whole, you know, I can do it. I'm not going to give up. Again, you see it right there. And And I think this is what the move was called, the Blue Thunder Bomb.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Really awesome. Yeah, I got something. I don't know. It was a great match. I would love to see more NXT people come up that have this kind of skill level, because no offense, but it was way more entertaining than some of these other main eventers. So I gave it a 5.0.
Wow.
Should be a main event.
Wow.
Yeah, I gave it a 4.0. I thought it was a great match. These guys, if you watch NXT, they've had multiple matches against each other. In the last couple weeks, so they're at least familiar with each other. I thought I really wanted Sami Zayn to win. I thought it was going to be like, oh, this, he's debuting on main event. This is going to be a good debut. But like most people's debuts, I guess they don't really win. Not most of the time, on the main stage. But Tyson did also cheat to win, so it wasn't really a clean win. I want Sami Zayn to go. No.
Rematch.
I told Scott I was going to say I wanted Sami Zayn to be bad, but no, I don't want him to be bad.
Yeah.
I do agree with Gabby that I think could be that next, Daniel Bryan of like the fans really getting behind him. Like, I mean, the fans in NXT love him. So I think once he transitions into the main roster, I think he can definitely, have that same kind of, storyline or like more same attitude of just, trying to make it to the top.
And he's great because he can convey it through his wrestling as well.
Yes.
Like he doesn't
and
need a
facial
microphone.
expressions.
But you can tell that he's just the lovable underdog.
And he has catchy music too. I like his music.
He's just winning all around.
Yeah. So good for Sami Zayn. I hope we see more of him on main event. Do you guys think he'll be up in the main roster anytime soon?
Yes, definitely. He's so skilled.
I think he could be in the Rumble
Yeah.
because it's rumored it's 40-man Rumble
I think
this
so,
year?
but I think they may have changed it now.
Oh, okay.
It was
I
rumored
still
that,
think there's
but-
a chance for that because they always seem to put at least one NXT guy in there.
I think it'll be a couple this year. I say at least 3 or 4. I think they have way too many guys down there that they can at least bring, 3 or 4 in because, I mean, most of the time with the Rumble, it's kind of, it's going to come down to maybe a couple guys, but I think it'd be awesome to have like a Sami Zayn and he, makes it to like the final 4. That'd be awesome.
That would
just,
be.
I mean, he doesn't have to make it all the way to the main roster just then, but at least he can, if he goes back to NXT, he can be like, I
That's
made
when
the
he
final
does it
4.
and then turns heel. And
Exactly,
I get
it comes up and it's like, I can't stand it. I was number 4. No. So then let's get to a video package of Xavier Woods telling us that it's time to feel good and that it's a new day. A new day is coming. He's has this kind of James Brown
Kind of?
gimmick.
Kind of?
Kind of. I'm gonna say it's kind of like it.
Did that movie already come out, or is he auditioning for it now? The James Brown movie.
I think it came out. Yeah, it already came out.
Okay,
I think
so there's no WWE film of Xavier Woods
I don't
starring
know.
as James Brown.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe a sequel. No, I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do with it. But what do you guys think?
I think it's interesting that this is the second time he's had to repeat a iconic movie character and do this. In TNA, he was Consequences Creed, which is basically Apollo Creed. So he had the America shorts and just that attitude and cockiness and brashness. And so now he's James Brown. I don't take anything away from the guy. I think he's really charismatic and can pull it off. But I think there's more to this guy where he could be a more original version of somebody.
Yeah.
But I think he'll make it great and entertaining. And I'm glad they put such production into it. That was really cool to see, like how they've done with the Wyatts and everything. And then with this, it's a much different version of it. But I don't know how it's going to pay off in the end. I think it'll be fun for a while, but I hope that they don't lose faith in it. The creative forces that be.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you think, Gabby?
I'm going to go with Scott's opinion and side with him. And, I'm open. Let's see where he takes it. Let's see.
He's getting an opportunity, which is all,
Yeah,
I mean, that's
getting
really
an
all you
opportunity.
need. It's really, the only thing they really get in there. It's like, you just need to be put in front of the, in front of the crowd, see what happens.
It's all what you make it to.
It is. Yeah. The thing I just think is weird with him is that he, he's going for his doctorate right now. So he's going to be the first ever, WWE superstar with a PhD. there's your gimmick right there. Like, I don't know, you know what I mean? Maybe it'll lead to that. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, everyone goes through that evolution. Like, you look back on, like, The Rock as Rocky Maivia, and, oh, you know, they always have to go through that evolution to become that character. But, I mean, I don't know if this is going to be, if A New Day is the name of, like, if they're going to put Kofi and Big E with him, and they're going to be a group called The New Day, which I think would... I don't know. It just, I feel like it's weird. He's, you know, they're calling it a new day is coming. I feel like he's not going to be by himself.
Okay. Well, no, he has a choir.
Well, I know, but I don't know if they're going to wrestle.
Those are all those NXT wrestlers in there in that choir.
But so maybe it'll be, you know, a group, you know, another stable.
Could be.
Because we have no, I mean, what stables do we have now besides the Authority, which we have no Wyatts,
which may fail
no Shield.
soon.
They may, yes. So after that, then we have really no stable.
No Shield.
No Shield, yeah.
Oh, and yeah, to last week, like it's been revealed now who the eyes were.
Yes, it was apparently it's Luke.
People were saying I should have got it because that was my costume, but I had an inkling, and I didn't want to just say spoiler right away because it was fun to guess.
Yeah, and it didn't sound like him at all, though.
No.
So maybe he's, you know, has a manager or something like that. Maybe there's somebody else.
I don't know.
Right? I don't know. I'm just trying to. It just didn't sound like him when we heard it back.
They're the only ones that do creepy little packages, though.
Yeah.
I think I had originally thought that it was a Wyatt.
Yeah, I think one of us
Someone
said.
in the Wyatt family.
But yeah, so, and then they did it again on Raw this week, too. It was a little longer, different kind of promo. But I like it. I think it's cool. I think it works. I'm excited to see, you know, where it goes. So then we get the Raw recap of the week. The chairman, Vince McMahon, was on Raw. He was, you know, gracious enough to walk out of that chair out back and come say hello to the fans. But, you know, he threw a wrench in the Authority's plans and said, you know, if the Authority loses at Survivor Series, they're gone. They're no more Authority. The segment with the Authority and Ziggler I thought was a great segment on Raw. It was awesome to see Ziggler like in that spotlight.
It was great to see Triple H get a 20-minute promo in the middle of the show.
Yeah, not at the beginning.
Yeah, it was great.
You know, I mean, Cena wasn't on Raw, so it made sense that they would, you know, go after Ziggler.
It did, and Triple H, as much as I kid, like he said a lot of really great stuff about Ziggler, building him up.
Yep.
About you work so harder than everybody else, but it just doesn't pay off
Because of John Cena. That's why. And I, you know, made it look like Ziggler was going to join Team Authority, but he was like, nope, I want you all out of power. Him and Rollins had a great match for the Intercontinental belt. And then, you know, ruined by Randy Orton, who comes in, RKO's Rollins at the end. So then it was Rollins versus Orton. You know, they were like, get it all out of your system tonight, because after you co-captains are going to have to, you know, work together. And Randy was not having, he was not going to be a co-captain. But Rollins ended up beating Orton with a backslide. And then after that, you know, Orton had words with Triple H. Then he knocked out Triple H. And then all hell broke loose. And they beat the crap out of him. And not one, but two curb stomps. One on the announce table and then one on the steps, which I thought looked awesome. The camera was just perfect. How they just kind of moved it just out of the way a little bit. So it made it look like they really, you know, he really messed them up. And then they said Randy's out with a concussion for a while. May not be at Survivor Series. So, yeah. I don't know. What do you guys think of the recap? You guys excited about it?
I am excited about it. I hope that before the match happens that there's also a stipulation that is in the advantage of the Authority to balance out the anticipation for it. I don't know what it is. I think it'd be exciting if maybe the Team Authority, if they win, then something like they get to fire someone of their choosing from the other team. But you don't know who it is. But you would know someone will be fired.
Yeah.
Something like that. Something to just make it that it's not just all in the Authority.
Yeah.
But I love the traditional Survivor Series matches. I think those are so great.
Yeah. I don't know, Gabby, what do you think?
So, guys, this is the only time you could actually really hurt your boss and not get fired for it, clearly. I loved this recap. Really glad this happened on Raw because I'm excited for it. I agree with you, Scott. I think that would make an awesome little edge to the whole storyline if they could pick one person to fire. Is Orton really out with a concussion, or is this a storyline?
Storyline.
Okay. You know what I was thinking? You guys are gonna laugh probably.
To call him.
What if when you're a wrestler and you need time off, the company just says pretty much we're gonna have to stick you in a really bad situation to be able to give you the time off so that we can pretend that you're actually legitimately hurt each time. So each time you ask for vacation time as a wrestler, you have to go through a beating.
That is what happens most of the time.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It's the only way they could get off a show.
Yeah.
You'll love this one. Years ago, there's a wrestler named Carlito, and he had his bodyguard, Jesus, and John Cena, to film a movie, was stabbed in a nightclub.
See, I don't even remember this.
To film, I think it was The Marine. I think it was to film the original Marine.
Oh,
But like,
wow.
he got beat up in a nightclub. Later on, you found out he got stabbed. That's what put him out for a longer period of time.
Oh my
And
god.
that's how like Carlito beat him up in the ring a lot, and then Jesus like stabbed him in a nightclub.
God, it's always something like very horrific.
Well, I mean, Dean Ambrose, he got taken out with the cinder
yeah,
blocks
to make a
'cause-
movie.
To make a movie. And Randy Orton is going to make a movie now, so that's why he's out.
They
so.
probably do it so you're scared to ask.
Well, no,
Seriously.
well, Randy's going to make a movie now. He's
Yeah,
so
but that's the whole point. It's like you can't really, unless it's a WWE movie.
it is. So that's
But
why.
even so, it's kind of like scary. Oh, you guys want me to work in this movie, but then I actually have to go through all this pain on the live show.
Yeah, they
Great.
have to do something that could be really painful. And
Yeah.
they're like, great, thanks. I was going to go enjoy this other project, but I'm hurt.
But yeah, you know, I am excited for this at Survivor Series. I would love to see an NXT person, I think like we mentioned earlier, in that mix.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like
cool.
it's so far it's Cena and Ziggler against Rollins and Kane. It was supposed to be Orton, but obviously no Orton anymore.
Henry.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be Mark Henry and maybe Rusev, and then maybe one more person. For
I'm
the
going to throw
Authority.
out a prediction here. I
Yeah.
think that Randy Orton's going to make a surprise appearance.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I think they're going to say he's not in it, but he's going to show up and then he's going to beat someone down. I think it's going to be Rollins.
But he has a concussion, so it may be the wrong match.
But maybe he comes back as a different person.
He doesn't know who he is.
Yeah, he'll take the New Day
Right?
and make him be James Brown.
He has memory loss. You
Xavier
know?
will be in the back going, man, that's what I had.
Comes out in that blue jacket. That'd be great to see Randy Orton do that singing and dancing. But yeah, I thought it was a good way to end Raw. I thought it was a really good Raw this week. Really solid. Yeah, so Randy's out filming a movie, so he'll be back.
What movie?
I think it's Condemned 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, because I think he's in the he's in the first one. I think.
Really?
I haven't seen the
I've never seen it either. I
Yeah.
watched I turned it on cable one time and saw a part that didn't have Stone Cold in it, and I'm like, why am I watching this?
is that Stone Cold?
Yeah,
Condemned?
that's the one with
okay.
like it's sort of the Running Man.
Oh, okay.
It's like 12 prisoners on an island, and the last one alive wins
Gotcha,
their
yeah.
freedom.
So it's like Hunger Games.
Yeah, pretty much. Except do they die in the end?
Well, everyone else
And this
dies on the
one,
island except for
Condemned,
probably,
yeah.
except for probably Stone
I
Cold.
guess so.
Well, maybe he did die. I didn't see
I
it.
don't know.
He's not in the sequel.
Yeah, so I guess he didn't make it off that island. But yeah, it was a good way to take Randy out. You know, Seth Rollins is benefiting so much from people going to do film movies.
True, yeah. He gets to put him out.
Yeah, Ambrose, Orton. So whoever goes out next, Rollins better take that guy out, even if he doesn't, not even involved with that person.
Look
I
out,
want him to just
Hornswoggle.
go after.
Leprechaun Origins 2.
Yeah.
Takes him out.
And I thought that, the turn by Orton is good. I think it's fitting. It's working with the character. So I mean, he's been a bad guy for what, over a year now. Since
So you like someone turning good?
yeah, can you believe that?
For once.
No, I
Do
don't
you
like it.
Gabby, do you like Randy Orton better as a bad guy or a good guy?
I think it's good to switch it up. I do like his bad side. What he did on the Raw Rebound recap
Like
was
going after Rollins and stuff.
awesome. Yeah, because he was totally making the Authority kind of fall apart a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I would love to see the Authority lose this Survivor Series and then everything goes corrupt and people are just like freaking out. That would be awesome. That would like really.
I think the booth just went corrupt.
Right?
Are you okay,
Something
Steven?
just fell down in there. I think it would really mix things up and make it a little more exciting.
Yeah, I agree.
More chaos.
Yeah, maybe the stipulation is that if the Authority wins, then John Cena is not number one contender anymore, or something like that. Ooh. To really, to really put something on the line for Cena's team, because then you also have to add into the factor of Cena's teammates. Yeah, they want to beat the Authority, but don't they want to be number one contender too? So you can do so many things of Ziggler having this weird closed door meeting with Triple H. He comes out of there and you don't know what they were talking about. Maybe before the match, and then Triple H kind of saying, "Hey, you lose, I'll give you a shot at Brock Lesnar as long as Cena's not number one contender anymore."
Let's put
that's awesome.
Let's put it to our AfterBuzz audience. I say,
yes.
Yeah.
So comment below YouTube.com/AfterBuzzTV on the main event video of what you want the stipulation to be in the Cena Authority match.
Yes, we will pass it along to Triple H and Vince and Stephanie, and we'll get that working for you.
We won't send to Brock Lesnar because he's not on the grid.
No, he's off hunting somewhere. And then so let's get to the main event. They kept hyping all night. Bray Wyatt was going to be in action. Bray Wyatt in action. So I was like, all right, cool, Bray Wyatt match. But then it came out Sin Cara, and I was like, Sin Cara for Bray Wyatt? Come on. And I thought it was weird that Sin Cara he's one half of the NXT Tag Team Champions.
Oh yeah.
They didn't mention that at all, and I don't understand where they can. It's weird how in some things they'll mention Sami Zayn's from NXT, yet Sin Cara has a championship in NXT, and they just completely dismiss it like, oh, okay, yeah, it doesn't matter. He has that, but not here he doesn't have it, but, over there he does.
I totally forgot. Until you mentioned it, it's like, oh, yeah, he is, yeah, you're right.
And I just thought it's a weird thing. Like, if you have that belt, if I was him, wouldn't you want to carry that with you out to the ring?
It's still the same company.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not, it's not like it's, because I think when the Ascension was on Main Event, they had the belt because they were champions, so they came out with the belts. I don't know, very weird. But I mean, this match was kind of just basically just in Bray's favor. He was in control in the beginning. Sin Cara did do the dive out of the ring onto Bray to get some kind of control, and then Bray hit that crossbody clothesline that he does. I don't know how the guys don't. They must kill after he does that to them because he's running full speed to hit them. So that just gotta really hurt. Sin Cara comes back, starts hitting some kicks. He goes for it was like some kind of kick or a splash off the top rope, and missed Bray. And Bray hit him with that kind of stand up rock bottom.
Yeah.
And then he hits Sister Abigail for the win. So, I mean, this match was really quick.
It was really quick.
Yeah, it could have. I feel like they should have flipped Bray and
Curtis Axel.
Yeah,
and Justin Gabriel.
Yes.
See, I was thinking they should have flipped this with Tyson and Sami Zayn.
Yeah. Scott was joking.
I'm sorry. I had to do that.
Sorry, I didn't get the sarcasm. Because they were both bad, is what you're trying to say.
This match was better than the other one. So, but yeah, I don't know what you guys think. What do you guys think of the main event?
I think we know what he thinks.
Yeah.
I actually kind of liked it for what it was. I wish they could have told more of the story of Sin Cara being so agile and athletic and crazy with all his maneuvers that there was the really cool image that Bray is doing the spider walk over a guy that can't move anymore, so that he took him out and stopped him from being able to do all of his offense, and then doing the Sister Abigail and all that. So I like the outcome of it all, but I don't feel it all paid off in the story that they told in the ring. But for some reason, I still really dug it. I feel like I haven't seen Bray in a long time in action.
Yeah, we haven't.
So it was cool to see him again, and I like the new video vignettes for his intro and stuff like that. So I'm reinvigorated in the character. So him squashing somebody, I was totally fine with.
Gotcha.
It wasn't the main event of the show. There was a much more exciting match.
Yeah.
But it was okay. So I gave it 4 spider walks.
Gotcha. Gabby, what'd you think?
I'm not really sure that I like Sin Cara and Bray Wyatt together. I think they're very different types of wrestlers, and I don't know if their styles really go. Bray always uses his entire body as impact and force against his opponent. Sin Cara does a lot of tricks. I liked how he did that nice springboard, I think it was springboard elbow rebound. It was kind of like a handstand.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You got it. What is that called?
I think you're pretty close to
yeah,
it. Like
it's a
springboard elbow?
Yeah.
Springboard elbow, yeah. That's what they said in commentary, but I wasn't sure if that's what it was. So that was really awesome. Sin Cara's like known for this stuff, though. He's really good at rebounding off things, doing gymnastics. I think when he came out, he did a handspring.
Yeah, he like jumps into the ring, which is, I mean, it's cool.
It's crazy, yeah. So, I mean, he's definitely like really athletic in that sense. But I don't feel like these two styles really work together. It was a good match, really quick, though. I gave it a 3.0. Would have loved to see something else as the main event, like I said.
Yeah, I think they should have, the Tyson Kidd, Sami Zayn should have been the main event of this show. I get it, it's Bray, he's returning. This is his, I think his first match back since he came back at Hell in a Cell. And it's not that I don't like, I don't hate Sin Cara. I think he's, he can wrestle and he's good. I agree with Gabby that, the just almost two different styles to have this kind of match. I love Heath Slater, but I wouldn't mind seeing Heath Slater in this match against Bray.
And beat Bray when he comes back?
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, that'd be great to see, but it's just, that doesn't do a lot for Bray.
Yeah, I just think it would have, or if, they would have had, they could have maybe somebody, maybe a little higher up, and then have Ambrose come out and attack him or something after the match. Because, we've seen Bray attack, Ambrose at Hell in a Cell, but we still haven't seen them really go at it with each other. And I mean, Ambrose was, going nuts trying to get to Rollins, and now he's, he had Rollins, beat, and this guy took it from him. You think he'd be almost even more crazy to get to this guy now, but we haven't really. I don't know. It hasn't been conveyed yet, I think.
Who would you like to see Sin Cara with?
I mean, a Tyson Kidd would probably be good with him too.
Yeah, actually, that would be a good one.
I don't know, him and Justin Gabriel, I think, would probably have a really good match if they gave them some time.
So they should have switched up some of these people tonight.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins hasn't failed with anybody at this point. I think they'd have a really great match, too.
They definitely would. They had that similar style, too. But yeah, so, I mean, I gave it a 2.5 because it was good to see Bray back wrestling. That crossbody blows me away every time. Because he is running full force at those guys, and they just got, you can't, I don't know how you, impact for that. You can't. You just have to go, oh, crap.
Yeah. Big dude's going to collide his whole body into me.
It's time for this spot. Crap. But yeah, it was good to see Bray. I would have liked to see Ambrose, at least, to, kind of get an upper hand. But maybe SmackDown, maybe Raw next week. I don't know. John Cena is back on Raw next week, so all you people at home, have no fear. Your hero will be there.
You mean our hero?
Yeah, I mean our hero will be there. Yes, yes. Maybe he'll finish picking his team. Who do you think is going to be on Cena's team?
He is being really lazy with that. He has Twitter for crying out loud. What does he need? Yeah, I think he owes Zack Ryder a big favor at this point.
Yes. Did you see the tweet on Raw?
No, what?
There was a tweet from Zack Ryder that they put up on Raw. It said, "Hey Cena, don't forget me, bro. I'm here for you."
No way.
Yes. I think it'd be awesome if Zack Ryder was on his team.
That'd be great.
I don't know. Who do you guys think? So we got Cena, Ziggler,
the Bunny.
Maybe. The Big Show said he wants to be on the team.
That would be awesome. I love Big Show.
I think the Big Show is kind of a lock.
If he doesn't get picked.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what else. Who else? Maybe a tag team, but
probably Sheamus will end up on there.
Yeah, I think so now. Yeah. And so, Gabby, I'm not sure if you knew, but Rusev beat Sheamus for the United States title after Raw. Yeah, on the network.
They made Raw longer. Congrats.
Yes.
That's amazing.
But what do you guys think of Rusev winning the belt?
I don't know.
Well, what do you think of it being exclusively on the network?
I'm glad I don't have cable, so I wouldn't have watched a 3.5-hour show. That's just so much to take in on Monday.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm all for the idea of having exclusive extra stuff, but on that night,
maybe before Raw.
Yeah, something like that. So you're not totally zapped by the end.
Yeah.
But I didn't see it. I didn't know. Since I watched it on Hulu, then I didn't know there was the match afterwards. And then
You saw it online.
Oh, now I got to go find it.
It was a good match. I watched it yesterday or whatever. Yeah, I thought it was. I think it's cool that they're putting. It's one of those where like the network's been around almost a year now, and this is the first, exclusive match that they've put on the network.
Yeah.
You think they would have started out that way, but trying to figure everything out. I get it.
Sure.
Brand new medium that they're working with. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think there should be more of this stuff?
Sparse it out, I think.
Yeah.
For what happens somewhere, or if there are cool endings to Raws that it's like the off-camera stuff, occasionally throw that up there. Something that it is exclusive to the network and is exciting.
So this was a 3-hour or 3.5-hour show that was exclusive to...
No, they did Raw like on USA.
And then that was an extra match.
After that, yeah. So you have to go, you can watch it live on the network.
I mean, listen, I think it would be great to add new material to what they're doing, but they're doing it to get you to buy the subscription.
It's free.
Which, this month. But ultimately, they're driving people to get the subscription to go on the network. So it's all about money and like big company thinking, and I hate stuff like that. So if they didn't do it purposely just to get those extra subscriptions, then I would be like, oh, this is more genuine. Yes, great. But I don't like it in the intent it has.
I just think it's one of those where it's like they're so far into this already, and they need to get more subscribers because they haven't gotten what they want. I think
what is the number?
I think they have 730,000, and they need at least, from whatever line, they need at least 1 million to break even or to make money or something like that.
The Monday night, it was supposed to debut in the UK.
Yeah.
Do you know about this? That it was supposed to debut in the UK 20 minutes before it goes live. Sky, the big cable network in the UK, says, nope, not happening.
Oh, see, I didn't know it was 20 minutes before. I knew that
20 minutes before it got yanked, and they're like, it's inevitably delayed. And there's a lot of theories as to why, but a lot of people think that it's Sky still not fully agreeing because they'll lose a lot of pay-per-view revenue for the pay-per-views, and Survivor Series is one of them because they don't do all of the pay-per-views in the UK. Like some are just aired for free on Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
Way after everything, but the major ones they still do those and get the full pop for it. So
gotcha.
That's a theory. I don't know what's true or not, but
that's pretty
without
crazy.
having the market in the UK, that's still a huge deal.
Yeah, I mean that could. Yeah, I mean there's so many people. I mean the fans over there are rabid fans of wrestling. So like I'm sure they're waiting for this to get this. And now it's like, oh, now you got to wait till who knows now when.
They're only hurting themselves in the long run because it's either you make some money or you make no money.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where it's shocking here that it didn't get stopped by the cable networks here, because it's the same thing of like pay-per-view.
Well, they were angry, right?
Oh yeah. And they like dropped them. And
they were angry and furious. HBO recently did it. It's fine. They didn't care. Like there was there's no backlash at all. But WWE did it. Huge.
But also, if you get an HBO subscription with your cable, how much is that a month?
It's different now. They separated it. It's now like WWE Network. You can pay $15 a month for HBO, and that's it.
That's for the new stuff, though, right?
I think if you get it on Apple TV, it's that way.
Okay.
Well,
that's
the
only
what they
way
just
you could
announced.
get HBO separate.
Yeah, but I mean, still, it's not. I mean, a pay-per-view is $60 a month.
Like Xbox and PlayStation. Like there's other
that you can receive HBO on.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean that's crazy that I didn't know it was 20 minutes before that. I saw that it got delayed.
Yeah,
but
because on my podcast where we gave away the subscription, where I was talking with the guy like, oh great, it's finally gonna launch in the UK. Like great, we'll set this up. Like get the free month, and then we'll set it up. And then the news story came out. It's like, oh I'm sorry, man.
Oh man. Yeah, I just think I think they need more. I think what they need is more original content on the network.
I agree.
It's just them finding out what they need and what they want to do with it. The Monday Night War is good. A lot of the stuff they have on there is good.
They've just started.
Yeah, and one thing I will say that to find this match, this Sheamus versus Rusev match, I had to search for it. It wasn't on the main screen at all, which I thought was a little weird. Of like, you had this exclusive match on your network. That should be the first thing that pops up for the next week. Like, that shouldn't be I have to go find it, go into shows, in-ring, Raw, backstage pass.
It's so hard these days.
Hey, I'm just saying, I'm already paying. I'm not going to stop paying, you know.
No,
so,
I totally get it.
But it's one of those where, no, exactly. But it's still one of those things where it's like...
The breaking news show with all the Roman Reigns stuff was, like, front and center.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, maybe it was under breaking news. I don't know. I didn't click on it because I figured it was still Roman Reigns. But yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things where you're putting this out to the people, and the people want to watch these random things. You know, there's got to be a way to figure it out to get it to them. You know, that should be the first thing they see when they go on to the network. Like that, you know, Rusev wins the belt, see how he won. Especially, you know, that's a huge storyline. Now, I can't wait to see what happens with it because... You know, now he has the U.S. title. What is he going to do with it? Is he going to, you know, present it to Vladimir Putin on Raw next week or SmackDown?
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, it'll, you know, interesting to see what happens. But I think that wraps us up this week for Main Event. We talked a little extra stuff. It was fun.
It was extra content you didn't have to go on the network for.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So if you haven't watched it on the network, Rusev wins. Sorry. But Scott, where can the people find you?
They can find me on Twitter at Curtain Jerks, and you can listen to my comedy wrestling podcast, Curtain Jerks, available on iTunes and SoundCloud. And this week, it's a two-part interview with Matthew Gregg from Botchamania and Tom Anstey from Wrestling Memes. So these two internet juggernauts have a conversation, and it's on our podcast. So check it out.
Awesome. Gabby, where can they find you?
You guys can find me blogging for redcarpet101.com and here on Wednesday nights for Main Event. Check me out on Instagram at GabbyLO87 and Twitter, Gabrielle_Loren.
Awesome. And you guys can find me on Twitter at TomTheCom. And this Tuesday, we're back for Supernatural at 11. And every Wednesday night at 10 o'clock for a Main Event. And we'll see you guys next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.